Let's talk about different terms related to the lens. Without the understanding of these terms, we will not be able to draw ray diagram related to the lens. What are these terms? Number 1, center of curvature. 2, principal axis. Number 3, optical center. Number 4, principal focus or simply focus. Number 5, focal length. These are the terms which are very important while making diagram related to the lens. Let's go through each of them. Center of curvature. A lens can be considered to be made by the pieces of glass sphere. And here we have two glass sphere, and this is the center of this glass sphere. This is another center of another glass sphere, and this centers of this glass sphere is called center of curvature. In the same way, concave lens can be considered to be made by the piece of glass sphere, and these are the centers of those glass sphere, and these centers are actually center of curvature. How can we define the center of the sphere of the glass by which the surface of the lens is made is called center of curvature. Okay, here C1, C2, C3, C4 are center of curvature. Okay, let's go to another point, principal axis. Now again I want to show the same diagram. Looking at this diagram, this is very simple and clear that this line joins the center of curvature of two surfaces of the lens. This line also joins the center of curvature of two surfaces of the lens, which can be represented by C1, C2, and it can be defined this way: a line which joins the center of curvature of two surfaces of the lens is called principal axis of the lens. Now next point, optical center. This is a convex lens, and this is bisector line which bisect the lens into two equal half through its thickness, and this is principal axis, and this concave lens, and this bisector line, and this principal axis. Now what is optical center? Actually, when a ray of light passes through this point is the central point of the lens. A ray of light, if passes through this point, then it passes straight without deviation. In the same way, in the concave lens also, a ray of light, if passes through this point, it passes straight without deviation. And these points are called optical center of the lens. We can define this way: optical center is a point on the principal axis within the lens through which the ray of light passes without bending. It is denoted by O or sometimes by C. Within the lens, this length is the length of principal axis, and the central point of this principal axis within the lens is actually optical center. Let's go through another point, principal focus, or simply we can say focus. This is convex lens, and this is concave lens in which the principal axis and optical center is represented. Now what is principal focus? If the ray of light comes parallel to the principal axis of the convex lens, then after refraction they passes through a point of principal axis which lies behind the lens, and this point is actually focus. And the ray of light which are parallel to the principal axis of concave lens appears to be diverged through a point which lies in front of the concave lens. All these rays of light appears to be diverging from a point of the principal axis which lies in front of the concave lens. Both these points are called focus, and it is denoted by F. And we can define this way: the principal focus, or simply the focus of a lens, is the point at which the ray of light originally parallel to the principal axis of the lens pass through, or appear to come from, pass through in case of convex lens, and appear to come from in case of concave lens after refraction by the lens. It is denoted by F. Now one point is left. Let's go through that also. Focal length. This is convex lens, and this is bisector line, and this is principal axis. This is concave lens, bisector line, and this is principal axis. There is focus and optical center. In both the cases I am representing them, and the distance from optical center to the focus, this distance is actually focal length in case of convex lens, and in concave lens also the same. The distance from optical center to the focus of the lens is called focal length of that lens, and it is denoted by small f. Now we can define this way. Focal length of a lens is the distance between the optical center and the focus of the lens. It is represented by the letter small f and its SI unit is meter. Okay, these are very important terms related to the lens. We finish this. We'll meet in another class.